Space Dandy, episode 8 review, let's go. So with this week's episode of Space Dandy, I'm just gonna say this was a really good episode this week. The comedy was on point. They had this little like cameo thingy that was like from Cowboy Bebop. And then they also have this history lesson in here a little bit from this dog that's in this episode as well. And then it's just, the animation was on point. Like everything was really on point this week, honestly. And I really enjoyed this episode. So with the cameo, with the Cowboy Bebop thing I was talking about, is that refrigerator that was in this episode when Space Dandy and the rest of them landed on the planet. There was this refrigerator that they messed with, and the freaking refrigerator had like this little goo monster thing that came out of it. And the way the refrigerator looked inside too looks exactly like the freaking refrigerator that was in Cowboy Bebop that they had to kick off the ship because it had like this little monster that came out of it, and it started freaking biting everybody, and everybody was down at that point. So it's just interesting that they had a reference in there all of a sudden. It was nice. I really liked that part actually. Also with this episode with the dog, was very interesting that they just kind of threw this in. Like, this dog apparently was supposed to be the first dog that was in space. Of course, you know, the tragedy happened and everything like that. Her name was Leika, and it was interesting. Like, it's like, why did they throw that in there? But I liked how they just put that in there. It was nice. So basically, that dog lived for a very long time, because that mission began in 1957 with Leika. So it was in 1957, and they're saying that she lived until this time now. Well, I'm not sure what exact time frame they're in at the moment, but because they keep freaking jumping around everywhere, so it's hard to tell what time frame they're in. But the whole point is that dog must have lived for quite a while as a whole thing on that stranded planet. And what I believe how that dog like lived so long was because there's just two flea-like thingies that was like inside the dog's fur and everything like that. I was actually kind of confused at first when I was watching it, because I just see like these two dudes and they just like they speaking all weird. Like I don't know, the dub it was weird. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not even sure what they're saying, because just the way they're talking, it was weird. But and they're like Zack from freaking League of Legends, man. They hopping around. But yeah, I believe those two flea suckers are basically what kept her alive, the whole thing. Because apparently they can even control like the machines and everything. Like they are the foundation to keep that planet alive, by the way. So if they die, the whole planet destroys, which is what happens in here. Which is really funny how they die too. Freaking Dandy, he's all combing his hair, he got that gel, and those suckers try to go in Dandy's hair because they need to go into another place with some hair, because they were in Meow. Because the thing is, how the dog died, I believe, is a flea left out of the dog, went into the cat, and so the dog's like, okay, I'm done, now he died, and they give him a rocket, and he left off, and everything. That's when we got a history lesson. And then Meow had to scratch the fleas out, and the fleas went to freaking Dandy, and Dandy, you know, one of them got into the hair, and he put the gel in there, because he gotta, you know, he has to look fresh, he has to get fresh, son. He puts it in his hair, like, and everything, and they got that comb coming in, and he's like, I was dying right there. I was like, oh, you done, son. You done. And so he got mad, and then he took over freaking QT, and he's like, I'm gonna destroy everybody, I'm reaching my brother, sucker. And then, yeah, he ended up getting out of the robot, then gets stepped on by Meow. He got killed, and the whole planet got destroyed, and he was making a black hole, by the way. He was making a freaking black hole. But they escaped by actually warping, which is funny, because, you know, they always have problems with warping, and, you know, they always think it's broken, but it actually works right now, so they actually warped. Wow, the monkey dude worked where he is at, and, yeah, unfortunately, he gets sucked into the black hole. Before he tried to get sucked in the black hole, this was funny too in this episode. Like I like the monkey guy. I think the monkey dude is actually my favorite character in the show right now, because I don't know, every time he does anything, it's funny to me. It's really funny to me. But this dude was working on like a beatbox, like universal destroyer thingy or something. It was weird. Like they're using music to destroy universes is what's going on. And so he's like, come on, give me some of those sick beats and stuff. And then he ended up shooting it inside the freaking black hole, does nothing, and then he died. I'm like, I don't know, it's just funny to me. I don't know, it's funny to me, okay? It's funny. By the way, that was like my favorite part of the episode, so yeah. So yeah, now I'm done. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think of this week's episode of Space Dandy. Also, tell me what your favorite moment was in this episode. Like this review, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more Space Dandy reviews from me. So you guys, I'm the Thabreakmaster, and until then, people, break out.